if you try to understand the rules and regulations of your being as a player, life will never go into conflict between the people, because people, the you and others in the world, are not knowing about the game. I have no conflict in my life. The moment I understood the game 15 years back, what the life is, what the game is. Now, if you understand the game, conflict is gone. So game rule, if you know, then conflict will never come, because your being law of humanity, law of your destiny, law of this creation is that if you die in conflict, you will be coming back to the next birth in the form of the animal, birds, insects and trees. That what we say, the 84 to 84 lakh. Today's question asked is, can conflict between people and nations be resolved permanently? What actually is conflict? I asked that can conflict between people and nations be resolved permanently? When we say conflict, there is a opposition comes between the people and the nations. Why conflict between the people and the nations? Why we are not saying conflict between the trees, birds, insects, animal? Why we are not saying conflict between the elements, earth, air, sun rays, sky? Why we only say the conflict only relates to the people and the nation? Nation is nothing but the group of people, crowd of the people. When there is a crowd of the people, we say it is a nation. So nation is also nothing but the people only. And everything in this world is just roaming all around the people. Everything, every place, every person. You see, everything, every place, every person is round the people. What is the people? A group of the human beings. Group of the human beings. If there is one person, will there be any conflict? Try to understand the only and only reason of conflict is nothing but dividing yourself among all. We are just dividing ourselves, no one else. There is no two. There is only one. Conflict comes when there is two. And when there is two and different two, with the large number of the population, large number of the people, so conflicts are definitely multiplying. So, conflict relates to the people only, and people is just the nucleus for all the conflict. And people makes the family, people makes the society, people makes the city, people makes the country, people makes the world. If there is no people, there is no family, no society, no nation, no city, no world. And people coming from a single that person and then multiplying. In the beginning, as we have heard in all those spiritual epics, in Bible or all other spiritual epics, that in the beginning there was only the one came, Adam, and then the Eve came. Adam and then the Eve. And from that Adam and Eve, all these people round the world had come. If I say Adam and Eve, don't think only that it is just connected to the Christianity or the Jesus Bible, but it is the same in other spiritual epics too. Their names may be different. In Hinduism, they are the name difference. So in other religions, they are the different names. But in the beginning, there was the one who divided into two, became the male and the female, and then two joins, and we all are just coming out of that two. So in the beginning, there was the one. Because to understand the real cause of your conflict, which is going between not only that people, but sometimes between yourself too. Inside you are just making conflict to yourself. You have divided yourself into two. Not only that outside in the family, that there is a mother, the father, brother, sister, husband, wife, grandparents. Not only that family of 5 or 8 people or the 10 people, but in you, in one, conflict had come. So, from that theory of conflict, if you want to know and resolve it permanently, that conflict should not come, you have to go back to your origin, where there was no conflict, there was complete peace, bliss, always in the happy mode. When there was one to whom we say the Adam, that the one came from the one creator, the creation. Creation as we are today from the creator. So that the one when came here, there was no conflict. But it was boring. It was boring. So to make the entertainment, the second came out of the one. So you know the female is now not different from the male. Male is not different from the female. There is only one chromosome out of 24, and one becomes the male and the female. Nothing else. 95% in the female, there is a male available, and in the male, there is a 95% female available. So there is not the lot difference, but to make the attraction, little attraction, to beautify this complete outside world, the second came. And this the attraction, the whole world, whole universe is divided into two. So when the two came, there was still the love, not that fight. Because fight only comes when you get outside your extension, your expansion of the things. And that places. So when the places were coming, because with the two there was the creation multiplying. 2 to 4, 4 to 8 to 10 to lakh, crore. Today we are 800 crore. With that two, but two was one. So there was complete peace, happiness, only the boring here, and we got the two, the second one. You say the Eve or the Adam, not to get into that, because both are the creation of the Creator. And this is just to play the game. When the one Creator created the one and the other, the two came, this was just to play the game. Because game cannot be played with the one, there are two required. You know, whenever you go for any game, there are two required. So for the game, this complete creation came. Creator created this all for the game. So with that game of two, today we are playing the game in 800 crore of our people around the world. So now, as per the game, there are the different families, there are the different societies, cities, countries, the nations, what you say. So this world, you see, there are the people in the world playing the game. Small group, small families, small always makes a good game. So today the game is going on. So this game had come from the one, and in this game there is a conflict now. Game was to enjoy. Always you see today, if you say your game of cricket, football, badminton, or lawn tennis, or chess, or carom board, and so on, you just play the game to enjoy the game. But what happened to that, where we had come from that two, and two had come from the one? Why the conflict in the game? Because game is not permanent. Have ever you seen any game in this world permanent? There is a game going on, but after the game is over, everyone finishes, packs up, and goes to his home, her home back. Or game is continued. In the playground, if game is there, that game is continued, football or cricket or lawn tennis or whatever game you have in your country or city. All the games have the limitations. After the game is over, match is over, win or lose, one goes back to his home. So same is the game of you. You also are in the same game. You may be having a different name, different city, different family, different home, different nation, but game. Whole world is going into a game. And in the game of lose or win, sometimes you are stuck off. And then you are coming out of that. If you lose, you are struck off, but you come out of it. So in this game, if you try to understand, the main reason of the conflict is you do not know the rule of the game, rule of your being. You do not know why you are created by the Creator. You do not know what is the reason of you to come in this world. Do you know? Anyone of you know that why you are born? To play the game. See, when a baby is born, the game starts. Mother plays like playing with the toy. All just see when baby is born, all play with that baby boy, a baby girl. All plays. But the moment one is getting elder, the game slowly comes to the small part. So that one comes to say elder state, and then one gets married. So game is slowly reducing and changing the game now. The game from that childhood to the younger age, getting married, now game will be changed. And then next, after husband, wife, child comes, now again game change, father, mother, then grandfather, grandmother. So games are changing. Like you play morning football, evening you go for carom board, night you go for chess. So your game is playing in your life. Game is changing in your life. So that is what you have to understand, the real cause of your being. Today you are, your game will be finished. Your game will be finished one day when the player is not, how the game will come. If I say that I have to play the game, I should be available or not? If today I say that the game played by Sachin Tendulkar was so fine, you know Sachin Tendulkar, that game, and if tomorrow, when after 50 years, suppose, either or before, Sachin Tendulkar is not there, will he play the game? Today he can go to the ground. He can play. Even after retirement, he can play. So, the moment you die, player is died. So, who will play the game? So, you are going to die. You are going to die. One who has taken the birth today as a player, what player? Child. One born baby as a child born means child. Now he will play as a child. Mother will play with the child. Some father will play. Uncle, aunt will play with the child. This is the game going on between a child and the father and the mother and the husband and the wife in the lap. But the moment gets elder, lap will be withdrawn, and now child will start playing with the brother or sister, or in the school with the friends. Then later, when he goes after school studies and all, college study, he will get to the marriage. Now the husband will play the game with the wife. Wife will play the game with the husband. Then next, children will come, same role. Then mother-in-law, father-in-law will play the game with the daughter-in-law and son-in-law. The game is continue. So you enjoy which game? If I ask you till now, as you have become grandmother, if I ask Rashmi, you have become grandmother, which role you have enjoyed? She had gone through all the roles. She is grandmother, she is mother-in-law, she was mother, she is mother, then wife, then before that daughter. So which role, which game you like? So she will say, oh my God, my game of that child young age was so fine. Or I enjoyed being a wife, game with the husband, or game with my son, or game with my daughter-in-law, or game with my granddaughter. Which game you like? So, and ending of the game, now how many years she will be here? She will go in the next 20 to 30 years maximum. So when the player is gone, all game gone. Today she is playing with the granddaughter, daughter-in-law, husband, son, with all about whatever she had, playing the game with the flat what she had, playing the account, bank accounts. But the one player go, all games are over. So the game is, what I want to say is temporarily. All games, your childhood game is gone, your young age gone. Suppose your husband-wife game, your again mother-father game, your father-in-law, mother-in-law game, and officer you are, officer game in the staff, somewhere your president or prime minister, your game with the country. All games are going to get over one day, that is certain, because player will not be there. But other player will keep on playing in the ground, ground will remain, player will go off. So where the conflict comes now, if you have understood the game, you have gone through from birth to death many games, and wherever you are, because those who have gone, those player had gone, their game is over. You see many prime ministers of the world, many presidents of the world, many stars of the world, and many people in the world had gone on so high standard games. Where they are. And beggars also gone, peons also gone. In the graveyard, in the cremation ground, when all are going in the same dust. So games are over. So between the birth and the death, how many games you had played? But which game you enjoyed? So if you try to understand the rules and regulations of your being as a player, life will never go into conflict. Conflict between the people, because people, the you and others in the world are not knowing about the game. I have not included myself because I have come to know that game. Now conflict has gone away from my life. I have no conflict in my life. The moment I understood the game 15 years back, what the life is, what the game is. Now, if you understand the game, conflict is gone. So, with me, now, as you, thousands of you who are listening to me, had gone away from those conflicts, little conflicts are left. So, you are passing further, and today it has gone to the lakhs of people. The conflict is reducing or not? Because you have understood the game rules that you are, but you will not be one day. So player will be gone. So what the game? So game rule, if you know, then conflict will never come, because your being law of humanity, law of your destiny, law of this creation is that if you die in conflict, if you die in conflict, you will be coming back to the next birth in the form of the animal, birds, insect and trees. That what we say, the 84 to 84 lakh in the birth and death cycle. And now science had proved it. You cannot deny whatever intellectual you are. Darwin theory of evolution stamped by the many countries, and one Manush of Singapore Jew, as on today, 99% DNA matches with you. So now the spiritual rule, whatever had come from the mouth, those that experienced the life, those who understood the game law, to whom we say the Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Kabira, Muhammad, Ram Paramahansa, Guru Nanak Dev, Sai Baba, Mirabai, Sajobai, Lallabai, Lao Tzu, Socrates, to whom the world is worshipping today. And we all know there is only one God. In all the religions, they say the only one. Jesus said God is one. And Mahavira says the same. Buddha says the same. Muhammad says the same. There is only one Allah. All Hinduism spiritual epics say that is only the one, Advait. So, Sabka Malik Ek. There is only one. As Sai Baba said, everyone said the same. So we all had to come from the one. Why the conflict? This is a game, and you have converted the game into conflict. You have converted the game into conflict. And conflict is always taking you to the next birth and death cycle. Means at last, if you die in conflict, not enjoying this game, your result at last, death, is the result of your being. What result you get during the birth and death outside is temporarily. But the last, at the time of death, if you die in conflict, means in the sad mode, in disturbance, in tension, in worries, in anxiety, in depression, you are fail. Result at last, death will say FAIL. So conflict only is coming because of not aware of yourself, not aware of these game rules and regulations, that why you are here, why your father and mother, why you are the children, why the brother and sister, why this husband or wife, why I am in America or Japan or India or China or wherever you are. Once you understand the rule, what the life is, what the birth is, why I am born here, why I am here in these problems or disturbances, once you understand these destiny rules, the death and after death, what the life is, conflict will go away from your life. Once the conflict goes away from you, then to the next, and the people conflict goes, nation conflict will automatically go. Because these are the people who makes the conflict, reaches to the nation as a whole. And all nations in the world are conflicting because of not knowing about themselves. Who am I? So the spirituality, the life, you have to understand what the life is. You purchase a mobile. Suppose a mobile you have purchased i14. You have paid the huge amount for it. 1,50,000 around, or how many dollars you have paid? You have paid, say, $1,500 for the mobile. Same mobile you can get if you want just receiving and calling. If you are incoming and outgoing receiving and the WhatsApp only, you get the mobile at the cost of 3,000 rupees. 3,000 only. Means only if you pay $40, you can purchase it. But you are purchasing with $1,500. Why? Because the quality of that i14 are more than that small mobile which you are going to purchase. You do not know anything about this mobile which you have with you. This birth, this body is a big mobile which is invaluable. That mobile gives you all the signals, but you are not receiving it. Whole universe is giving you a signal, your body as a receiver not taking it. That's why those people received those signals and came to you and shouted at you. Why don't you understand? We all belong to one. This is the game. Win or lose is temporarily, and one day we are departing from this world. So once who has understood the rules, who had understood the qualities of his body, his being, had come and cried, shouted, listen, listen, listen. To whom we say today the God or the godly messenger or the godly sons. But we never understand. We worship them. We worship Buddha, Mahavira, Jesus, Muhammad, Kabir, Farid, Guru Nanak Dev, Ram Paramahansa, Sai Baba, Mirabai, Sajobai, Lallabai, Lauju, Socrates, Allah, or whatever name you say, Rama, Krishna, but you never understand what they have said in that books which we say the spiritual epics. What they have said the same thing, that we have received the signals and we have understood what this mobile value is. We are in the game. Don't get conflict in this game. Losing and winning is the part of the game. So enjoy the game. Go back to your permanent home from where we have come, because we all belong to the one. So once you understand, the other will understand. So 1 to 10, 10 to 100, 1,000, lakh, crore, 10 crore to one day, 800 crore will understand. Because nations are the complete group of the people. So once you start, one day nation will understand. And one nation understands, other nation will start understanding. How they will say this nation is so peaceful, so blissful, so relaxed. In all the state they are happy. So, if you understand, first, if you understand, don't get into conflict. All that what you have today, your children, your father, your mother, your husband, or the wife, or the bungalow, or the car, your big chair where you sit as an officer, or a minister, or a star, whatever you are, a beggar or a peon, not having any family, small family, not married or whatever, these all are the parts of the game. If you are not married, it means husband role, wife role was not for you. If you are not children, this is not the role for you as a mother or father. You try to understand, but you just rush for those games which you do not know. If I say that, Mona, can you play chess with me? She says, chess? I do not know. So if I say, Aman, can you play hockey with me? Hockey? I have just seen the hockey stick, but I do not know how to play. If I say, Ruchi, play the cricket, she will, cricket? I can only see the bat, but I cannot run between the wickets. So, rules of the game, if you understand, then only you can play. And that too, if you are interested for the game. So, unnecessarily playing as a mother, if her game is not knowing, as you know, we just produce a child, we do not know. We just get married, we do not know what the life is. And that's why there is a conflict between the parents and the children. There is a conflict between the brother and the sister. There is a conflict between the husband and the wife. There is a conflict from mother-in-law, father-in-law to the daughter-in-law. There is a conflict between the boss and the staff. There is a conflict between the society as a whole. There is a conflict in the nation. So how the conflict will not come? Conflict is generating from your family itself. You fight, you 7 people in the family are not peaceful. Then how that society will be peaceful? Because one family is connected to the society. So all family as a whole is society. That becomes somehow your district. Then district is conflicted, all district connected becoming city. Then city coming to the state, state coming to the nation, and nation come to the world. So we all have just spoiled that game of our love. As Jesus said, love is God. Creator is love. But we have forgotten the love, conflicted from the basic, your family, that seed, you have just made the spoil that seed, which had given today the crop as a failure. That's why the whole world you see, just spending the money on the defense mechanism because of the conflict. So if you want the peace, start with yourself. As Muhammad Sahib was always saying, be peace upon you. Be peace upon you means always be in peace. But you see, can anybody understand what the peace Muhammad Sahib was saying? No one knows. We are violent. Be peace upon you. You say, in Sikhism says, Sat Shri Akal. Sat Shri Akal. Sat, the truth. Shri, the one. Akal, which is immortal. That you have to understand. We belong to the immortal. We are the mortal pieces. Who understands? No one tried to understand the real cause of your being. You are just a puppet of the Creator. And whoever, whatever, wherever you are, whatever nation you are, wherever you are, one day all are going to die. And after the death, what will happen to you? The one will take all the accountability of keeping you here, making your brain, making your eyes, mouth, everything in your body, sustaining you. You have to give the complete accountability there. By why you are conflicted on this earth, where the country, where the people were going into, why you are going. Why did not you understand that you are created from the love? You should have been loved all. As Jesus said, love one, love all. That is what Guru Nanak Deva said. Love. Buddha Mahavira said love. Muhammad Sahib said love, peace. But where you are. So, this is what you have to start from yourself first. If you understood the game, stop conflicting first in your family with your parents, your children, your brother, sister, your husband or wife. Let them conflict. Why you want to conflict? They are ignored. They are not knowing anything about the law of the nature. If you have understood, you start with yourself. As Kabira said, as Meera Sahajo Lalla said, they had started that love from their side. Even people have crucified, poisoned them. Socrates was poisoned. Meera was abused. Mahavira was stoned. But they all were loving. Jesus was crucified. They were still loving all. That's why they gave the lesson to the world. But what you are doing, you say we belong to this religion. But have you ever understood what the message they had given to you? Love and peace, don't conflict among yourself. If you are asked, these questions are to be answered through yourself only. That where you stand, why you are conflicting in this game. Game is not permanent. One day you won't be. Yours will not be. Whoever with you, all around the world, the whole world, today, whatever, wherever you are, in 100 years, whole the world, 800 crore will disappear. Few may live. For another 10, 20 years, you go to 110, 120 years. So if today we are in 2023, 2123, you will see the whole world, whatever today will disappear. The game is not permanent. So try to understand this. Once you understand, this conflict between the people and the nation will be resolved permanently. This world will be like the heaven here. We all belong to that beautiful, blissful state, the God home. So start with yourself. Then with you, 10 will understand, 100,000 and lakh and 10 lakh and crore and 10 crore, 100 crore to 800 crore will reach. So I hope a little you have understood. Because these all things related to your life, who you are, what the game is, what the life after death, where will you be, connected to the spirituality, what we say. The father of all religions, spirituality. The one is the spiritual. All we the part of that. Religion. Religion is nothing but the way. All are the way. Go through Buddhism, go through Jainism, go through Christianity, go through this Muslim religion, go through any Hindu religion, go through any Kabir or any religion. All are the ways getting to the sea, like all rivers go to the sea. So whichever way you want to go, try to understand what they have said, execute it, because you have come here to play the game, enjoy the game, and then go back to your home. So to know further, go deep, because with one lecture you cannot understand how to get out of this conflict among my family, in myself. You have to continue with me for a few more spiritual lectures. After 30 lectures you hear, you will see you are executing automatically, not with the brain. You will start naturally, and the conflict will be getting away from you, and your smell will go further to the complete one day universe, and all will be dancing. Nature will be dancing with you, because we all are the part of nature. So I hope little you understood, and to more know more about it, you have to continue with me. Okay.